I'm actually kind of nervous about today's video because I have gone on record saying that the brand new RA3 rotary attachment tool that xTool came out with is so easy to use. However, I used it with the xTool P3, the brand new one that's really automated. I have to tell you, I've never had much success on the rotary attachment tools for the smaller machines like the F1s or the F2s. Today, we're gonna put the brand new RA3 to the test with the F2 Ultra UV. The only reason why I'm doing this is because somebody in my unboxing video of the F2 Ultra asked me if you can engrave tumblers, like powder coated tumblers with the F2 Ultra, what does the final results look like? And because I'm here to serve you, that's what I'm doing today. Again, I'm nervous because I have gone on record saying that this rotary attachment tool is super easy to use, but really, is it that easy to use? I don't know. So let's find out. I do know what hasn't changed about the RA3 from the P3 using and then also going to be the F2 Ultra is that the setup process for the RA3 is actually really easy. Now, using it with the F2 Ultra UV, that is a completely different story. There are a few things that I have pulled out from my closet of supplies that we are going to test out today. I have a powder coated tumbler. This is the last one that is in my supply closet. So if it don't turn out good, I'm stuck like Chuck. I have a wine glass, a stemless wine glass. I also have some rings and a metal bracelet like the one that I have engraved right here. These four things is what we are going to attempt to engrave today. Will it actually happen? I don't know. First things first, what we have to do though is we have to set up and assemble the RA3. Remember, it is not hard to do. So let's assemble this and then we will take the assembly over to the F2 Ultra and hook it up. And then we'll go over into the software and hopefully get something engraved really well on these four things. To assemble the rotary attachment tool, it's actually going to be assembled 4 different ways for all 4 projects that we plan on doing today. I am going to first assemble the rotary attachment tool to accommodate this, and then we were going to have to change it out to do the rest of these items. So I'm going to set the other ones to the side and just worry about assembling it to fit this. First things first, what we have to do is take off the lid of that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to slide this over. We're going to take out our base. This right here is the base, and everything is magnetic, so it all clicks together really easy. We are going to put this down onto these pegs right here. We are going to need this tool right here, and then it looks like we're going to put these ones. Yep. All right, so for this one right here, I am going to put these little piggy things inside that second hole. There's 3 holes right here. I'm gonna put it in the second hole. And then what we have to do is take this small, shorter, these ones, and we're gonna put them into the holes like this. They're all magnetic, comes together really quick and easy. Unlike the original RA2, where you had to screw things together and then you would have to unscrew them when you're done. It's not like that anymore. All right, then putting this, you're going to want to loosen it up so it fits onto your tumbler, and then we are going to tighten this, and you're going to tighten it to where your tumbler isn't going to fall out, just like that. Super easy. All right, then I am going to take my power cable, plug this into the head. Whoops. There we go. And then we are just going to plug this into just like that. It's going to click right into place. Okay, then the only other thing that we are going to need is going to be this guy right here that we are going to put at the very end. Oop, let me drop this down. All right, and this is going to slide on the base right here. Once I get it dropped down far enough. The reason why we have this is because we actually have to keep this level, and you were going to use this right here. It came with the RA3. You're going to, once we install it into the machine, you're going to need to use this knob to level out your bubble. My bubble is not level, so once we put it over into the machine, we are going to use this to make sure the bubble is level on here, okay? So now that we're done doing the setup process, because that's how easy the setup process is, we are gonna take this over to the xTool F2 Ultra UV and put this in there. There are going to be two lenses that come with your F2 Ultra UV. There is going to be an inner engraving and then the other one that's automatically installed into your machine. You're going to want to make sure and not have the inner engraving on. We're going to do the surface engraving. Then we are going to turn this over to the side. The outlet thing is going to be over here on the right. And there is this little drop down hatch right here that you are going to want to open up. You have room for two accessories. We are going to put this into the top accessory. Now on the F2 Ultra, let me slide this over. You're actually going to see some lines here, the F2 Ultra UV. And what we have to do is we actually have to put the rotary on one of these lines, depending on how we have this set up. Let me just take this off. This lens cover right here actually has to come down. So for this particular one, what we have to do is we have to align to group 2. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna drag this all the way down to the group 2, and we are gonna make sure that our base is completely aligned to the lines on group 2. So it might be hard to tell, but we have a line here that we're lined up. And then there's a line right here, and I have to just go back just a little bit. So now we are completely aligned up here and then here. Okay, now we're gonna make sure that this is level. So we're gonna put the little level on there, and we need to make sure that this stays level. All right, once your bubble is level, we are ready to go. So I'm gonna take this off. Then we are going to head over into the xTool software. We are going to be using xTool Studio for today's project. With the F2 Ultra UV, you have to use xTool Studio. I'm pretty sure they're getting away with the xTool Creative Space. I have done videos on the walkthroughs of this software. It's actually really easy. Now I am already toggled into the rotary attachment tool and already connected to my F2 Ultra UV, but how you get into this mode is you would just click on this name and you're going to be able to pick whichever mode you're going to be using. I am going to be using the chuck attachment, so that's why I clicked that one. And then we are set to RA2 or RA3. I want to do RA3 because that's what I am using. Then what I want to do is come over here and do an auto measure. All right, so now that we auto measured, the F2 Ultra UV also has its own camera. So this is the live preview that's over there on the machine, okay? What I'm gonna do now is head over into Creative Fabrica. This place I love to get SVG files for my laser engraver. So if you have never used a laser engraver before and you don't know how to build your own files, this is going to be a place where you want to go. Also, the xTool software also has a ton of free files that you could use as well. I actually like this sun thing, so I'm going to download this, wait for this to download, and then I am going to find my SVG file. Okay, so my SVG file is right here. So I'm just going to drag that into the xTool Studio software. And then I do want to scale it down to fit onto my workspace. Ooh, let's zoom out because this is really big. Okay, I am going to make this smaller. And then what we want to do is because this is technically gonna engrave sideways. Okay, so I want to rotate this 90 degrees. So I'm gonna come up here and I'm just gonna do 90 and rotate it. Okay, I am just going to put this right here for right now because I did realize that I missed a step. What we have to do now is we have to put in the diameter. And if you don't know what the diameter is, you can come right here and it will show you how to determine the diameter. So it's just the straight, up and down. So I am going to take the fabric measuring tape that they gave me, and it's in inches. So I'm just going to take this and measure this. It is 2.5 inches. Otherwise, what you could also do is get yourself calipers. I love calipers. They're my go-to thing. So I am going to set this to inches, and let's figure out what the diameter is. It is 2.99 diameter. So we're going to do 2.99. Okay, so technically this is going to be the direct middle of your tumbler, right? So I want to drop this down just a little bit though, just like this. I want to make sure that it's going to be completely centered on both sides. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here into framing, and then on your screen, you're going to be able to see there's this like blue line that comes up here. I need to drop this down a little bit further so it is centered onto my tumbler, because you can see that it's not perfectly centered. So I'm going to drop this down just a little bit more. Let's come over here into preview and just see what that going to end up looking like. Okay, this right here is kind of what it's going to end up looking like. I love that. That looks good. We need to go into our settings, engrave. I don't think that these are the correct settings, but let me open up a different tab. The xTool software is very interesting, and whenever they launch a new machine, they actually don't give very good settings for anything, which is kind of annoying, but we'll figure this out. We'll see what we got. So we're just gonna put in some words here, engrave, and let's go into unknown material and see what they have. Let's do metal and black sprayed, nope. Stainless steel. See, they don't give a whole lot of good settings. See how they don't give us like any processing things? Okay, so I'm gonna test out these settings. Do I know if they're good settings or not? Absolutely not, but we are going to see. So let's go back into this and let's do engrave. We're gonna set this, I'm actually gonna do 100 power, and the other one says 500 speed. I'm just gonna do 70 speed. Again, do I know if this is good settings? No, but we're gonna try it. Okay, 300. Let's just, I don't know. I don't know if this is gonna be good or not. Okay, this is going to do, is we're gonna estimate the time at an hour, an hour. I don't know. This just doesn't seem right to me. 100 power, 80 speed. Now it says 40 minutes. Let's just try it. Let's just try it. I'm gonna leave my hatch open because this is for recording purposes. You won't be able to see it if I shut my hatch. When you get your machine though, don't just shut your hatch, okay? So I'm gonna press start. 40 minutes is a long time for a tumbler. We don't even know if these are actually good settings, but we're gonna try them anyways. Okay, so at the machine, you heard it beep. We have this right here. We are just gonna press the go button and it is going to engrave. It's actually engraving fairly decent. Like it's taking off the powder coating. I'm just gonna shut this just a little bit. Look at, that's so slow. Okay, hold on here, hold on. That is way too slow. What is going on here? Do you see that? It's like, think. I think I can also speed this up too because I'm definitely getting some powder coating taken off of that. I am not going to change my placement of this thing because we don't have to. I need to adjust this a little bit. Finding out your own cut settings and engrave settings, honestly, is the thing that takes the longest, especially if they don't give you good starter settings. Okay, this says 20 minutes. I still think that's a long time to engrave a single tumbler, but like 20 minutes is a lot better than 40. Are these good settings? We are not entirely sure, but we are gonna test them out anyways. Oh, look, I have a messed up engraving. You can tell that this is already gonna be messed up because you can see it right here. I'm just gonna keep going with it because why not? It's already messed up. So if I actually get some good settings out of this or like a good engraving, at least you have good settings for when you want to engrave your own tumbler. You know what I mean? I definitely could have sped the settings up for sure. I mean, 11 minutes still remaining. The settings, I think the settings look good. I'm actually kind of annoyed that the tumbler is not going to come out correct, because it actually looks really good. I think I chose some really good settings. I probably could have done something like faster though, because the settings are pretty deep, but it's doing its thing. All right, it took a total of 19 minutes and 45 seconds, and it doesn't look bad outside of the line that's right down the middle because of the failed first attempt. Okay, so unloosening that, and we have a line straight down the middle. I do think that I need to get a, yeah, the original settings that I had was definitely far too slow, because you can see it was actually burning the metal. I do think though I need to wash this off because of the soot that's on here. So let me go and do that. I'm just gonna magic eraser it. So let me go and do that. I'm actually so mad that this did not turn out, because my gosh, this would have been so stinking cool. The quality of engravings that this has is actually really good. Don't mind this right here. That is an Ashley Falco fail. But I mean, the engraving of this is not that bad. To be honest with you, I probably would not change the settings now that I have cleaned it off, because there was quite a bit of soot. So I'm thinking that originally I was thinking that maybe we would speed this up, but I'm thinking if you speed it up anymore, that you won't get as good as an engraving as what we have here. So just to revisit the settings that we used, I'm going to finish that. The settings that I used for this is 100 power, 202 speed. I am going to take a screenshot of this because I want to remember this for future for me. But no, I would not change the settings. So 20 minutes for this. I did notice that when it was engraving, that it engraved the entire actual image and then went back over to do the lettering. That was actually kind of weird. So that might be something to do with the SVG file that I used. But I mean, this is good. That's good. That's really good. So now let's do glass. Glass is a little bit more complicated just because when we auto measure this, we have to auto measure it at the highest point and it's clear. So we have to put some sort of like masking tape or something on the actual glass just so the auto measure feature will measure here and not go all the way through. Okay. So let me get some, I'm gonna do just a little bit of frog tape. If you had like regular blue painter's tape, that would be fine too. But I'm just gonna put this at the highest point. So my glass comes up here. So I'm gonna do it like that. I'm gonna put it up like that. Okay, and then we need to readjust this guy. There we go. So this needs to be readjusted so it fits into the wine glass. Okay, just like that. We're gonna find the diameter again. I'm gonna do the diameter of where I want to engrave. So right here. Where is my calipers? Okay. It's going to be 3.5 inches. So I'm going to adjust this to do 3.5. All right. And then I am going to put this back into my machine. Okay, I'm going to take these dots. You see those two dots right there? I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but there's going to be two dots right here. The highest point needs to go right here. So all I'm going to do for right now is I am going to just come right here and I'm going to auto measure. All right, that is auto measured right there, okay? Now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to scoot this down. I'm sure that this is probably not the correct way of doing things, but that's the way that I'm gonna do it because that's the only way I know how. I did not read any directions for this bad boy. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back over here and I'm gonna refresh this, refresh the background. So now it looks like that. Okay. Let's do a different SVG file. So we'll go back into Creative Fabrica and we'll do wine. I'm just going to put in wine. I'm doing a wine glass, so this should work. Ooh, I like this Sipping Beauty SVG file that's right here. So let's download this and then find that SVG file, which was called Sipping Beauty. Okay, I'm going to drag over the SVG file and we are going to scale down. We're going to bring it over here. We're going to make it smaller, maybe a little bit larger. Technically, what I had read in the directions, because I did read the directions for that, is you actually weren't supposed to put anything on the other side. It was supposed to be like this, where technically everything that's over here on this line is not engravable. But I mean, it engraved just fine. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put it in the middle and we're going to see what happens. Because if we go over here in a preview, look what gets shown in the preview. It says that it's going to engrave the Sipping Beauty, so I'm going to do that. Okay, we are doing glass settings. So coming over here into unknown material. Oh, first let's select this. Select this, it's into engrave. Okay, we're going to do unknown material, and we're going to do other glass. And again, they don't give me any type of good settings for glass. Let's clear soda glass. Let's just try that and just press apply. Do I know if these settings are correct? Absolutely not. Am I going to try it anyways? Absolutely. Okay, so let's just do a framing button real quick and we're gonna see where the thing is going to, what happened? My thing went away. My diameter went away. It was 3.5. Okay, try it again. Framing. I think it should be all right, although I think it's going to hit my painter's tape. I'm going to take this off now since we've already measured it. Okay, try it again. We'll do framing again. I think it'll be fine. I don't know what I'm doing. All right, let's just press process and we'll see if this actually works. This is going to take a total of 3 minutes and 47 seconds, a lot better than 20 minutes. I can do that. All right, let's just press start. It's gonna send the file over. We just press the button on this machine and it's gonna start to engrave, hopefully, on my glass. It's kind of weirdly engraving things. Like it's not doing it like from one side to another. It's doing like it did sleeping first and then it did the cup and then it went to the hand and now it looks like it's like doing other things that's over here in beauty. I don't know. I don't think I set this up correctly. Well, I can tell you it says it's done. It says it's 2 minutes and 59 seconds is how long it took. It looks like crap. So, I think maybe I'm gonna just try, like instead of touching it and doing anything, I think what I'm going to do is just do better settings and reprocess this. Just like what we did with this when we stopped it and then reprocessed it to better settings. I think I'm gonna try that with this wine glass and hopefully it will like engrave right where it's supposed to be, you know what I mean? I doubt it. I doubt it'll look good. What is going on here? The studio crashed, or at least it's not being responsive, so I'm gonna force quit this. Oh, that means that I can't reprocess this. Well, since I can't reprocess it, this is what my glass looks like. We are not off to a very good start, my friends. This not turning out to be a good crafting day. Well. I don't know. All right, well, I am going to try the bracelet now. Because why not? I just have it just like this. Is this the correct way to use things? No. Am I probably going to piss some of you off? Probably, but that's okay. If it works, it works, and then you can repeat it. If it don't, then just know that I tried and don't do what I did. Okay, I am just gonna insert this into the thing, lock it into place. I'm going to find that red dot. There's two dots right there, and I'm going to find it. So I'm just going to put that under there. We are going to select the chuck, and I am going to auto measure. All right, I need to figure out the diameter of this thing. 2.6. I'm going to put this in the 2 lines, just like what we've learned. And it's 2.6, so I'm going to refresh my screen. And then we'll do material. We're gonna do metal. And let's just do stainless steel. It looks like they're gonna give me some settings for that. So whoop, whoop. All right, and let's just put in, I'm just gonna do my name because I'm lacking any type of creativity today. Ooh, need to put the diameter, 2.6. We're gonna make this super small and we're gonna put it right here, 90 degrees. And we're gonna set this to engrave. I could change over the font, but you know what? I think I'm good. I don't think I'm gonna change over the font. All right, let's see if this works. We're just gonna press process. See, look, it didn't even give me the right parameters. What were my settings before? I did, where's my phone? New settings is always the hardest of setting up a new machine. I actually don't have any good settings for this. Let's just do 100 power and 200 speed. Is it going to work? I don't know because I didn't get any settings. They didn't give me no settings to play with. 18 seconds. Is it going to work? We don't know. Let's go. It says it took a total of 15 seconds to do. Ooh, these are good. Look at this. Can you see that? Let me shine this up just a little bit. Look at how, now that, you probably could even do this faster. So, third time, we got something good. It looks like it's really like centered on there. The settings are really good. It's nice and engraved on there. Did I use the rotary like I'm supposed to? I have no idea. This took a total of 15 seconds. The engrave settings for this one is 100 power, 200 speed. We probably could have sped this up because it's really deep. Like the engraving is really deep into that. This was just like a stainless steel bracelet, but wow. Okay, where's those rings? Okay, the rings has to be set up a totally different way on the rotary. You have to do these. So we're gonna pull this off again and everything just clicks off and then, oops. These just see how they go into the hole and then they don't fall out. Everything's magnetic, which is wonderful. Okay. I'm gonna put my ring in here. It's loose, so then what you have to do is just make it tighter. Going the right direction. I was going the wrong direction last time. Like this. So now it's nice and tight on there. Okay. Doing the same thing, we are gonna put this into our doodad. Lock it into place. you're going to find the red dot. Okay, just find the red dot, and we're going to go into this auto measure. It's not, the RA3 is definitely not as automatic as that guy. That guy is definitely, when you do the RA3 with that one, everything is really automated. With this, it's not like that. All right, now that we have that done, what we're going to do is we're going to line these up, remember, with those two lines, okay? And then let's refresh the image. So we're going to come over here and just refresh this. I need to know what the diameter is, so I am going to just take out one of my other rings and do another 0.87. So right here, we're going to do 0.87. And then let's move this down. This needs to be a lot smaller. So we're gonna just make this super teeny. This seems all right, just like that. I'm gonna do the same font. We don't need to make things more difficult than they already are. However, I am going to speed this up because I determined that it's too fat, like it was too slow. So we'll do 100 power, 300 speed this time. The last one it was 200. We'll see how that goes. Is this good settings? I don't know, but it definitely worked with this, so it should work, okay? It's 11 seconds for this. We're just gonna press start, and then we'll press the go button. And we have engravings in there. This took 10 seconds. Look at that. It's so small and it looks so good. So good. So I think that if you were to do this again, I would probably do the same settings that we just did right now for the ring, which is 100 power. Let's look over this. 100 power, it was 306 speed. I think that that's probably a safe bet to do, but like that engraving looks so good. So truly, the only thing that was really terrible was this. I need to figure out the better settings for this. And then this right here would have turned out perfect I don't know what happened. Like when this line, if you remember, was from the first engrave, it was going to take me forever. And I said, F that, we're not doing that. So I canceled it and then restarted it. And for whatever reason, the rotary didn't like go back into its home thing, which is why we have that line. But had I not gotten impatient, it probably would have turned out perfectly, you know? So I mean, I feel like we did all right today. So do I think that the RA3 attachment is definitely worth its purchase? Absolutely. Will I be using it again with the F2 Ultra UV? Only for things like jewelry, because of the small engravings that the UV laser can engrave. Like the engravings on this, how small it is, you would not be able to get this on like the F2 or the F1 Ultra or even the P3 that I have here. The small little baby engravings like this, you would never be able to get. Only with the UV laser, you'd be able to get it. But for when it comes to like tumblers, like powder coated tumblers, I'm probably just going to stick to my P3. The reason for that is remember, even though this did not turn out good, like the engraving, you could not like do a full engraving up here, like, you know, the entire thing, like a full wrapped, because the engraving bed size for the UV laser isn't large enough to accommodate this. And this is not one of these like 40 ounce, 50 ounce tumblers. You know what I mean? The P3 can accommodate really large items like that. So I would probably just continue using the RA3 with my P3. But again, everything for like the small jewelry stuff, I'm definitely going to use the F2 Ultra UV for that. I really love the fact that the RA3, it's all magnetic. So you saw that I just like clicked everything out and then clicked the ring thing back in. We didn't have any issues. So that's definitely a plus. Unfortunately though, the only thing that I have good to show you is the final two pieces, which honestly is not that bad because like with everything else, I've never been able to do things like this on the F1, F1 Ultra, or the F2 using the original RA2 because it just was not very user-friendly. And this one, it's not that bad. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you next time.